click that Bumble one.
It looks like a bumblebee. What the fuck is this shit?
It's a dating app for bees.
Well, it's Grindr.
Grindr.
Oh, these are nice young men.
These are some nice young men, Mr. Bobby.
Grandma, just because I dress well doesn't mean I'm gay.
What about the OK Cupid?
It was good a long time ago.
What's this Asian singles? Why is that guy wearing a
Look
kimono?
at this Christian Mingle. Get that girl right there.
Look at that. Is that a girl or is that a boy?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
He's a metrosexual.
Back in my day, we used to go on the AOL chats and find the latest.
Back in my day, we used Craigslist and we'd kill people.
Hello, TheFreeRotation listeners. Welcome to this episode of our podcast. Today, I am joined by the Magical Beckles.
Yeah, I'm a magical
She
unicorn.
is magical. You've been called magical 3 times now.
I got a new mug for Valentine's Day from one of my coworkers that has a unicorn and it says I'm magic.
Hell yeah.
And so I'm starting to actually believe I'm magic.
And we're joined by our commander, our leader, and producer.
An Ebola carrier.
And Ebola carrier. She got the coronavirus, people. We're scared.
She's more of a Leinenkugel virus.
Angela, she's the best.
I'm more of a Hogarden virus.
Speaking of Hogardens, Bobby.
Today, we're diving into the dank world of online dating.
I don't know anything about this.
Do you feel crippling loneliness? Does
Yes.
throwing your self-esteem in the garbage sound like a good idea?
Yeah.
Then give online dating a try.
You hype that up really well.
I know.
I want to do it right now.
I got kind of drunk. I'd written notes, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna toss my own shit into it because I'm a dick." And I was like, "I'm gonna make this kind of like not bitter, jaded because I've done it for so long."
Well, this could be like your therapy session, like episode where you talk about the things that you've gone through in online dating.
Yep.
Because back in my day when I was single, we didn't have dating apps.
But you did though, and you're gonna learn about them.
Oh, guess I'm gonna learn about them.
But no, actually, the ironic thing is I've been off dating apps for like a month now. I deleted like everything. I haven't been on them. I'm like, fuck it. I didn't have any luck in a while, so I'm like, I'm just gonna try to do the in-person thing, and it's worked out so far. I've gotten like 4 dates and from meeting people in person.
So is this your cautionary tale to all the listeners about online dating?
No, there is definitely some boost to it, and I'll discuss it. But in person still is king, I think. But let's dive into a little bit of a history of online dating, shall we?
Okay.
In 1976, for some time, those who placed personal ads were prosecuted in the UK. In 67, Britain loosens up, and lonely hearts are free to post personals without retribution from the police.
Oh, wait. So people were getting in trouble
Yep.
for like posting personal ads?
Yeah, this is like little bites of it, but when I was reading into it, it's like because of like prostitution and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Things haven't changed that much.
Correct.
Yeah, I do still like in the newspapers where the missed meeting.
Connections.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so
farted
bad.
in the grocery aisle and I smelled it.
I feel so bad for those people. Like I'm lonely, but I'm not that fucking lonely. But in 1980, enter the world of mail order brides.
What?
Scana International launches, giving man a chance to play the field in Russia and
Scammer.
Eastern Europe.
I didn't think, okay.
There are sexy Russians in your area waiting to meet you.
You know,
They're only 0.3 miles away.
I know.
it's funny though because we all joke about the mail order brides and stuff, but I'm fairly certain I had a relative in my family have a mail order bride from like the Middle East.
How did that work out?
They're divorced.
Oh, no. I've seen it to where it actually works out. One of my coworkers does, and they're fucking like in love, and it's a wholesome thing. Like they go like traveling together. They do a cute couple shit. They seem like they're really happy. So it works.
This
out
is a
sometimes.
recent thing?
Yeah, it's a couple. Yeah, they did they not exactly a mail order bride, but like they did like super long distance. Like she lives in China with her family half the year, and then she lives with him the other half.
Oh, like Persephone.
Something like that, yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, but they're really happy together. So I'm like, good for you. I couldn't do that. I don't like LDR, and I can fly for free. But in 1994, online dating gets a makeover with Kiss.com, followed quickly by Match.com, launched by Gary Creeman. A year later, he's Jewish.
I'm actually surprised. I didn't realize Match.com had been around as long as it has been.
I didn't either. Like, I was like, holy shit. Fucking
Here's the
95.
thing. Keep in mind, this is like right when the internet became a thing. you could still go in chat rooms and change like the HTML of it and change the whole thing. Like this is the beginning days.
Is that when you had like the little like Comic Sans side scrolling thing and you had music that just started yelling at you?
You had X amount of time to get your type in because it refreshed automatically. So you'd be in the middle of typing it, just throw it up there.
That was before my time.
Yeah, you couldn't have lengthy like cyber sexing because you'd be like, I bite your nipple.
Jesus.
I just realized what you said.
In 1995, finally, a website launches to where you can find a relationship, pursue jobs, and seek out apartments all at once. Craigslist launches with free personal ads.
Wait, so Craigslist launched in 1995?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I know. We got look at the layout of Craigslist. It hasn't changed much since then. It's very basic, which is fine. It works. It works. In 1998, as email becomes a daily form of communication, Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan legitimize online romances in You've Got Mail. Looking for inspiration? You can read their email exchanges here. I forgot to put the link, but it's fine.
Oh,
sorry, it was just bad.
You can go and watch the movie. I'm sure it's available somewhere.
Yeah, just watch.
I hate that movie.
I loved that movie.
I like Sleepless in Seattle. Cause I like Seattle.
I hate that one too.
Oh, jeez.
Do you just not like Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan?
I don't like either of them.
I don't like Tom Hanks in most movies, but I liked him in Sleepless in Seattle and Philadelphia. Because he had Denzel, and it helps.
What about Forrest Gump?
Fuck that movie.
You don't like Forrest Gump?
No, fuck
like
that movie's
Jenny.
trash.
What?
I like Jenny.
Jenny.
And I like Sally
No,
Fields.
that movie's the worst because Forrest chases after her whole life, and she's actually not good enough for him.
That's true. But you know what movie actually sucks more than that is The Breakfast Club.
We're not getting into that. Question about Forrest Gump. So Jenny had an STD, right? Does that mean when Forrest slept with her and had the baby, like the baby has it now, or the kid has it? That's what I need to know. Because I thought she was dying from, right? Or
I think she had AIDS.
Yeah, like isn't that mean the baby's born with AIDS, or can they fix that?
It is a blood disease.
It is.
It's a baby.
Children who I'm like regressing back to like high school like health class, but I'm fairly certain that children who have parents that are HIV positive or AIDS positive can also get AIDS.
Oof, that's rough.
And I think that was a concern of theirs in the movie. But now I think they have. I mean, back then they didn't have treatment, but they do have treatment now.
No, it's all a fake story anyway. So
Fake news.
Fake news. In 2004. 4 Harvard students launched what will become OkCupid. Users fill out bio prompts and questions to reveal how likely it is they'll get along with potential matches. Today, you can instruct by Cupid on the go. The site launched its mobile app in 2009. I'll talk about OkCupid and why it's now a pile of trash.
Okay.
Because that used to be my app.
That was your go-to?
Yes. In 2008, the Craigslist killer begins making headlines, letting the masses draw their own conclusions about personal ads and inspiring one hell of a Lifetime movie. That's the only Lifetime movie I've watched in its entirety without just getting frustrated. It's terrifying.
It's weird because, like, the Craigslist killer, like, there are more than just one Craigslist killer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we actually have a case that has a Craigslist killer involving.
Oh, fuck.
In one of our recent, but it's not like it's not like they went and met for, like, to buy an Xbox and they got shot or something like
gotcha.
that. But I still don't understand why people manage to still use Craigslist even after all this time.
Well, after, what was that site that you could purchase, you can get hookers from? What was it called? Backpage.
Ashley Madison? No.
Yeah, Ashley Madison's the ones where you're cheating with your.
Yeah, Backpage. That's what it was. They shut down Backpage because of that. Now, but they still technically have it because there's personal ads on there. And they're like, hey, I want someone to give you a massage, and then you just start talking. That's the whole thing. Never used it because I'm not that desperate.
And people, if you are using something like Backpage, the law enforcement is monitoring you.
Yeah,
like
no shit.
but everybody knows what you're doing.
Yeah. In 2009, dating meets smartphones. Grindr is the inaugural mobile first platform on the scene, launching a location-based dating app for gay men.
Go gays, all right.
Look at us being forward thinking.
Into the next century, all right.
Right. I remember when Grindr came out. God, that was when I was in high school. I was a sophomore. I remember that because people were like, "You're on Grindr, I bet," and some kids were. They
Grindr actually really utilized location services really well. I think it was one of the first to.
Well, yeah. Angie had a roommate that used Grindr a lot, and it would be like a daily rotation of people who would be like coming through the apartment.
Really?
Yes.
Jeez.
Which was okay. I mean, I was pretty sure I was going to get murdered in my sleep. But the worst was his naked man friend in the refrigerator eating And I wasn't expecting it. And I'm like, really? Your penis is like dangling there.
Yes.
And then another one walks out and I was like, a kinky, but
I mean,
get out of my refrigerator.
yeah. I mean, I don't want your,
pay for
I don't
any
want,
of that.
I don't want your junk in there. I don't want
Yeah.
your junk in my refrigerator trunk.
Yeah. Get out of my almond milk. That shit's expensive.
It looks like cum though.
Ew.
Ew.
Sorry.
And now almond milk
That's
is
probably
forever
what I
ruined.
drink. I wonder I have great skin.
Vomit.
Oh my God, there's almond milk in my drink. Please stop talking.
The secret sauce. In 2010, with the popularity of making connections through dating sites and social media, it was only a matter of time before people realized they could pretend to be anyone else online. The documentary Catfish is released, giving viewers insight into the catfish and the catfishers.
You want to explain what catfishing is?
Okay, for people that don't have two brain cells.
Well,
No,
some people
I
don't use
know.
the internet.
I'm a jerk. How are they listening to our podcast?
True. That is
Okay.
a good point.
Catfishing is when you pretend to be someone else. Like I could pretend I'm a sexy 19-year-old double
Asian
D
woman.
Asian woman, and I'm actually a 40-year-old man balding alone in my mom's basement.
I just think it's weird. What I find weird about catfishing is the guys who pretend to be girls trying to catfish guys.
They're usually gay.
Well, I mean, I get that, but at the same time, it's like you understand that you're never going to get any further than where you're at right
Yeah.
now. Like, I could get it if you pretend to be like a 19-year-old boy and you're like a 50-year-old man trying to hit on like an 18-year-old girl. But to me, like like the backwards catfishing doesn't make. Now, what's even funnier is when you have a girl pretending to be a guy. That shit's hilarious.
That's weird.
Well, the thing about catfishing, why this has become such a problem, are the guys. There's a whole underground now that are devoted to catfishing teen girls.
Yep.
Getting them to flash and then blackmailing them with it from escalating. Like, well, I'm going to release this to your entire school unless you give me 3 shows. Like, remember the Canadian girl who killed herself?
Yeah.
And there is a whole thing on Pornhub, and I think Pornhub actually shut it down.
Pornhub for a website like that is actually super good.
Pretty
That kind of
decent,
yeah, they're
yeah.
fucking like on top of like
Well, I think
that kind of shit.
I think the point for it, like Pornhub, is that it's trying to legitimize.
I think they're called capture snatchers or captures.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Snatch
Yeah.
catchers, something like
Yeah.
that.
They're probably trying to like legitimate the entire porn industry, and by allowing it, you're only subverting exactly what you're trying to do.
In 2012, Tinder swipes onto the scene, allowing users to use their intuition and location to find potential matches. The swipe and double opt-in, you have to like each other before you can talk, are born, and a new era of dating quickly follows.
It actually makes a lot of sense when this app comes out. Like, I thought it was actually pretty brilliant because it gives you like a gateway for entering a conversation. Somebody can't just randomly message you and be like, "You want to see my penis?" or something like that.
What is the app where you can like the girl, but she has to message
Bumble, we
Bumble.
can talk about that.
you? Yeah.
Yep.
And men get rated on it.
I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, somebody could destroy you on that. Be like, he's a piece of shit.
Yep. In 2020, we're all dating robots and androids. All hail our Skynet, wonderful overlords. Praise, 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 praise.
Worship.
I'll slow down a little bit, sorry. Now we're going to dive into some platforms.
Oh.
Oh, look, it's my favorite app. What primarily started as a hookup/casual app, casual sex app, Tinder's transformed into the premier dating app. It really has. Like, it's not just for fucking anymore. It's like relationships, all that kind of stuff. The premise is simple. Swipe left if you find the person disgusting. Swipe right if you see your future significant other. There is no in between. Ghosting is common, so don't get attached easily. Don't constantly swipe right. Tinder has a program that knows, like, if you're just fucking swiping right, like you can watch your TV, it'll put you lower on the stack so you don't get seen as much. So be selective. Don't be too
okay.
selective, but
Have your
You know.
options open, but don't be desperate.
exactly. Yep. And Tinder has a paid option that's actually worthwhile. Tinder Gold gives you unlimited swipes. You get 5 super likes a day. So instead of what super likes are is, let's say I super like a girl. She'll get a notification that I super liked her, and my profile goes up to the top of the stack, and she can choose to talk to me. It just, you see someone you really like and you want their attention like that, it's nice. Actually, most of my matches come from super likes. So when I was using it, super likes were...
So it's almost like, okay, I think you're cute, but this is like a legitimate, like, I really think you're cute kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super likes are the shit. And you, instead of like hoping this profile is like this person's actually been on in the last week, it stacks all the recently active profiles first for you.
Oh.
So it's worthwhile. It's like $15 a month, but it's worthwhile. And then you can like change your location so that you're moving somewhere like in a week or
if you're
two.
on vacation and you
Yeah.
want to okay.
Yeah, that or well, no, it tracks you by your location on your phone. But let's say I'm moving to Portland in 2 weeks, and I want to have some dates set up. I can change my location to Portland, Oregon, and swipe there. Or if I'm on vacation and I want to still swipe where I live, you just like let's say I'm in vacation in London and I still want to swipe in Atlanta. Let you change your location back to Atlanta. It'll tell them that you're in London, but that you're swiping in Atlanta. So there's no like, they're really good about not letting people catfish.
Oh, okay.
Before on Tinder, you could just upload a picture. Now you have to verify, like through taking a selfie.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of where you have popular influencers popular influencers that are not like well known, like whatever the Jenner family, whatever. Where people have used their pictures and have put it on their Tinder profiles.
Yep.
And I always thought that was crazy because how do you verify that that person is who it is? It's kind of creepy. I don't know.
Well, when you've been doing online dating as long as I have, because I've been doing it since I was 18, on and off since I was 18, so 8 years, you can tell what's a bot and who's fake and stuff because all of them have like the same fucking text in their profile. Hey, come watch my show in 10 minutes, or add me on Facebook with like 10 spaces between each letter. It's easy to tell who's a bot and who's not. Like you also tell by the quality of pictures. Like if it's like a screenshot of someone's Instagram, or if it's like a really blurry photo, it's not hard to do it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And now we're gonna dive into the Beehive, also known as Bumble. Bumble is another swipe-based app with a unique premise. Women have to message first if you're a guy, though. Like if you're on the LGBTQIA side, anyone can message first. So unless you're bi and you're still messaging the opposite sex. But if it's like a guy and guy, the one can start the conversation, girl, non-binary type of thing. Yeah.
So on Bumble, it's if you're heterosexual or bisexual, it has to be the guy to girl.
Yeah, the girl has to message you first.
Oh,
has to.
Oh, I see what it is.
Yep,
okay,
has to.
okay. I was thinking like you have to like you send a message to them and then they have to send it back, and that's how it starts.
No, they send you a message and then you can choose to respond or not. And if you don't respond within 24 hours, it goes away.
Okay, listen, Angie's rolling her eyes at me, but I'm like a boomer at this point.
It says women have to message first, so the guy messages.
Well, like, how did the girl know about the guy?
Well, no. On every other dating app, it's expected that the guy does it. It initiates, but. And it's funny on this, you'll still see profiles on Bumble. It's like, no one messages me first. I'm like, yeah, did you not read the premise? It's all about you messaging first, you goobs.
Well, I guess I got confused because it's like, how do you know that? Okay, I'm just being stupid and overanalyzing. Because I was thinking, like, how do you...
So do you like them and then they message you?
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to figure out.
If you both mutually match, you match it, she goes into your queue, and then she has the option of messaging you, and she does. You have the option of responding. If neither of you respond within 24 hours, conversation disappears.
Oh, okay.
Though there is a paid option for it, and honestly, it's not great. It's more expensive than Tinder, and you don't get like all the features. But what is cool about Bumble is it allows you to filter. Like most dating websites, like swipe apps, only let you filter by like age and height and distance. Bumble lets you do it in way more than depth. Like if you want kids, don't want kids, your political leanings, your religious beliefs, all that kind of stuff. It's really it's nifty. Your how far you've gone in education, all that kind of stuff. It's really neat.
So,
and what you're looking for, you can it's like there's like 4 options, like casual sex or casual fun times, dating, relationship, and then marriage is the 4th option. But that's fucking terrifying. I don't know
why would anybody on a dating app be like, I'm looking for marriage right now?
Right.
I am from Soviet Russia. I am here for marriage only.
Right. And now we dive into the saddest tale. OkCupid. Oh, the mighty have fallen. OkCupid used to be the best of all dating apps. People could be descriptive, answer questions, check your compatibility with someone based on a match percentage, and message anyone you wanted. Then you got greedy and started locking these features behind a paywall. Because initially OkCupid started off as like one of those quiz websites, and then it moved on to dating. It was already dating when I started, because I started when I was 18. That's how I got my very first date ever, was from OkCupid.
Really?
So a little nostalgic. But it used to be awesome. Like, you can message anybody, and if they said something vulgar, you block them, report them, they'll get banned. But now it's like, it's similar to Tinder where you have to both fucking swipe on each other. And you can still message that person, but they have to swipe on you to see the message. But it's just from what it started as to what it is now, it's just a fucking mess. Like it's like a lot of people have stopped using it. Like I haven't been on there in like 2 years. I guess like Tinder and Bumble and such are just better. Mm-hmm. So, but and there's a paid option for all that shit. Don't waste your money. Just fucking join one of the other websites. No one's really on it. It's cool because you get to see you can get to write so much more. Like on Tinder and Bumble, you only get like Tinder gives you like 500 characters, and Bumble is about the same. But yeah, it's just not what it used to be. It's just moved on too much from what it was. But now we're going to dive into the boomer dating app, Match.com.
Funny story, before we get into Match.com, because everybody kind of knows what it is. My coworker, she signed up to Match.com as a joke.
Yeah.
And ended up like meeting the guy she's going to end up marrying again.
Fuck yeah.
I was like,
that's wholesome.
it actually worked. Like, I don't really get it.
It does. It works.
Yeah, because they match you. They take your personality and their personality and match you.
Yeah, and it's definitely, and they really should have capitalized on the whole recent trend of OK Boomer. Just rebranded. It would have been great. I would have died laughing. I've never used it because I'm 26 and not that desperate or old yet. Though if you're in the older crowd, it's probably the best place to start because it fucking holds your hand the whole damn time. Like, you need to do this. You need to write this out. How tall are you? Do you have a full head of hair? No,
I think
that's
for
fine.
Match.com, from what I can tell, because I don't use it. Don't look at me like that, Angie. But my coworker did. I think it's more so, it's not so much of a hookup, but more of a long, like you're old enough now to have moved on from that hookup stage where you're actually looking for a relationship, not just like a one night stand. I mean, I guess you could still be doing that, but I don't know.
Yeah. And give it a shot or you'll die alone in a nursing home, boomers.
You know what the funny part is that me and Angie are the age of people who use Match.com.
Do you want a nurse changing your bedpan or do you want your lovely wife changing your bedpan? Take your pick.
One day Bobby will be that age and he'll be like, man, this podcast set him up for failure.
I'm looking for something serious right now. I've been legitimate. Well, besides the flight attendant, we're not talking about her because I don't want to be. It's been almost a year, but I've been single. Like I've been haven't been in something super serious in a while. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. Hopefully with with Britain, but she doesn't listen to the podcast. She doesn't know about it, so shh. I don't want to freak her out yet.
I'm gonna go put it on your Facebook now.
Fucking, I'll die. But fun story. Did you know that Match.com, the company that owns Match.com, also owns Bumble, Tinder? Not them. They don't own Bumble. They own OkCupid, Tinder, Hinge, and like Coffee Meets Bagel. They own all of that. This same company. Bumble's its own thing. But yeah, all that a whole thing. It's all owned by the people that own Match.com. It's fucking bananas.
You know, if you're a lesbian, Plenty of Fish is like the one most lesbians use.
Really?
I've seen it online. I was like, what is POF? Mm-hmm. It just occurred to me. Plenty of Fish.
Do you know a lot about Plenty of Fish?
No, Pumpkin. You can look through my app history if you want.
I'm watching you. Are you on Ashley Madison?
my email came up on that, remember? Because Scoop thought it'd be a funny joke back in the day. Let's sign Andy and Mickey up for Ashley Madison. And both of our emails pinged when they released that shit.
Mine wasn't. Because I never used that because I never was in a relationship. Well, no, I did Deanna for a long time, but that was a mistake. God, that was a rebound that went on for years, and I should have done that. But no, it's Ashley Madison's fucked up. I don't like infidelity. And that kind of shit.
I've had
and profiting off of it's fucked.
I've had coworkers when they found out that their like significant other who was cheating on them found like found all of the stuff from Ashley Madison.
Are you
right? Because when it leaked, it leaked the email addresses, but then it put how many times that service was used.
Yep.
So
like for us, it came up 0.
Yeah.
0. But the other people is like, 3 times 150. It's like, oh my god.
Like, I don't agree with infidelity at all. I think it's fucking disgusting. Yeah. But you have to be that stupid to fucking attach that to something, to an app, and then use it multiple times. Yeah. Just go to a fucking bar and bang somebody. Don't be fucking stupid and attach yourself to that.
Or get on like one of these more discreet apps that aren't literally about having infidelity.
Right. Here's some quick tips and tricks from your dating guru, Bobbles. Don't just use selfies. Show them a bit of your personality. Pictures of their friends, enjoying your hobbies, etc. Also, bathroom pics are a non-starter. This isn't fucking MySpace circa 2006.
Are you talking about like the selfies in the bathroom?
With the fucking flash on still?
Yeah. Ugh. Look at me. Here's half of my phone
also,
in a mirror.
For the for the Zoomer crowd, Gen Z Zoomers. It's funny. Anyway, keep the Instagram and Snapchat filters to the minimum. That shit is not attractive, and we can clearly fucking tell.
Right.
Like if I see someone, like, this is gonna sound super, not petty, but like super judgmental. If I see you have like one of those selfies with the dog ears and the tongue as one of your pictures, I'm like, no.
Oh, I know. Anytime I ever see anybody with that, I'm like, are you 12? Are you a child?
Like, it was cool when it came out, but come on, it's fucking 2020. Let's get this shit straight, Send interesting messages. Hey, what's up? And why WYD? Fuck, I'm not awake. Sorry. Aren't gonna cut it here. Comment on their profile. Ask them about their passions, career choices, hobbies. You gotta stand out from the pack because online dating is a numbers game. There are way more men out there than women, and they're gonna get all the messages, and you have to stick out. Turn the page. Oh, fuck. It totally cut off some of my notes.
I think you were going to say be cautious. Let people know where you're going.
Yes. So be safe. Never go to someone's house on a first date. Always meet them in a public place. Always. Like, whether it's coffee, drinks, dinner, bowling,
that's
whatever.
Just for any sort of, like,
thing. I've made this mistake, but nothing ever happened, and we just fucked after we went out and stuff. So it's whatever. Also, I'm a 6'2" guy. Like, it's real hard to fuck with me. Like, you have to have a couple people.
Yeah,
because your boy's scrappy when he needs to be. I don't like.
The only thing that would be more scary is a 6'5" man wearing high heels and lipstick pops up on you.
True, but it's really going back to the whole catfishing thing. It's really hard nowadays to get catfish between Facebook and Snapchat, Instagram, because I'll just, like, if I don't know the person, I'm gonna, like, Snapchat them at least once,
right?
Yeah, make sure they're real.
Well, and that's I guess we could talk about this when you're done with your notes, but, like, the difference back when I was a teenager versus, like, now.
Mm-hmm. Don't get discouraged. Online dating is a numbers game. Women are inundated with messages, so she might not have seen yours. Just keep on trying, and you'll find somebody. Don't get because it. How long was I on OkCupid before I got my first date? I think I was on there for like 2 or 3 months. Got my first date. It's just, you got to figure out how you're going to write your profile, whether you want to be funny, serious, blah, blah, blah. I always go with funny because it makes people laugh, because that's just who I am. But don't get discouraged. It's going to take some time. You got to figure out how your messages flow and all that kind of stuff. It's going to take time. Go meet people in the outside world. Don't let online dating be your only option. Put yourself out there. Go to bars, shows, social gatherings. Make friends with new people. That's how last 3 girls I've been on dates with, I met through friends and stuff. I just go for it.
Well, I guess the old way of doing it is the most stable way of doing it.
Yeah, it is. But online dating has allowed you, like, it's back in the day, you'd only meet people like within a certain radius. Now, like, fucking, you can meet people in other states now.
Yeah.
Because I know some people that are in LDRs and it's working out great for them. I couldn't handle that because I'm needy as fuck. And I need, like, that constant, like, physical touch and everything. But yeah, go and just tell us your story, Beckles.
Well, I was going to say, back, when I was a teenager, back in my day, it was actually a lot easier to catfish people. I mean,
yeah.
We really only had 3 social media websites: MySpace, Facebook, and I want to say it was just MySpace and Facebook. MySpace was the first, Facebook was after, but that was really the only way you could meet people online, if you didn't use, like, AOL chat or anything like that.
Did you have that creepy Canadian person?
Golly shit. Okay, here's the story. I'm going to tell the one. There's this guy in Boston, okay?
Oh, and even worse, it's fucking Boston.
Know. Oh, I know what it was. This is why I wanted to talk about this. So, anybody remember Habbo Hotel? Does anybody remember this?
I know of it. I never used it. But
okay,
yeah.
Back when I was a teenager, they had this thing called Habbo Hotel. It was kind of like, it was a hotel, and you had a little meeple. Kind of think of it's not like Maple Story, but you could go into people's rooms, quote unquote. It was like you could go chat with them and stuff. So
I see this getting rough.
When I was in high school, that's where all of our friends would go, like, to talk to each other, because they had, like, the Habbo. People will know what they're talking about when they hear about this. You can Google it. And you had, like, the Habbo pool and all this stuff. There's, like, memes about it. So, yes, I have talked to people out of state who I thought were my age and were not my age. They were older than I was. And I learned my lesson about talking to people online that you don't know. But I feel like that's almost anybody who ever grew up in the era of the internet it's like something you've got to learn the hard way. I got in a lot of trouble because back in my day, you know, they had minutes when you talked long distance to people. My dad got this phone bill and he's like, who the fuck is in Boston? He called and found out what it was, like a 19-year-old and I was 15.
Ooh.
And my dad, I thought I was dead. I thought I was going to die that day. It was like worse than when I like overused my text messages when, you know, you had to pay to text message.
Becky, because there's only one reason you call that late at night.
I wasn't calling late at
Oh,
night.
he knew what you were doing.
Okay, creeper, that was not the case.
You've
Bullshit.
confirmed to me that was exactly the case.
And that's fine. I was a long time ago. When I was in junior in high school, sophomore in high school. Angie and Becky knew how social awkward I was back then. I was real bad, bowl cut, fat, everything. But I started talking to this girl we talked on Facebook. Said she lived in like Tallahassee. I was like, cool, that's not far. Turns out she lived in Canada, and when you text from the USA to Canada, it really racks up the goddamn phone bill.
Yeah.
I think our phone bill that most like $2,000.
Oh my God.
Because it charged like $1 for each message or something ridiculous
I think
amount.
at that point your parent is like, I hope you get kidnapped because your parent.
They got it cut off. They got it knocked off the bill because they told like I was being deceived. I thought it was some girl in Florida, not Canada.
Right.
So yeah, it was a whole thing.
But you know what? And here's the thing: is that
you pretty sure if you meet somebody in a bar and they're drinking, they're of age.
Was not.
There are people who lie when they're younger about being older and older about being younger. It's very difficult online to ascertain what the truth is.
and I can
there's no shame in checking an ID feed, people.
No.
Well, and I'm
Check
telling you,
IDs.
here's the thing: like this is the cautionary tale I try to tell people because people are like, oh my gosh, you know, it's not like I don't need to check ID and stuff like that. I had a guy who was charged with aggravated child molestation because this girl who was underage, I won't get into many too deep, was on Plenty of Fish, Tinder, Bumble, all of these pretending to be 18. He had sex with her. He was like 19. He thought she was 18.
How old was she?
13. So
Did she get in trouble or no?
No, because there's no law in getting
fucked.
Get him in trouble. I mean, he literally got catfished. So it worked out the way it needed to work out because the situation was a lot more. I can't get into a lot of detail, but there's a lot more detail into what was going on in that. But the thing about online dating is you really have to pay attention to who you're talking to because I think that's where the switch is now. You got a lot of younger people who are exposed to sexualized content and stuff like that who are getting on these dating apps pretending to be 18 and is talking. And that is illegal, even though you might not know it. That's not a defense in the law. You know, knowledge is not a defense you can use.
No, that's why I only date like 21 is my limit. Like if you can't drink with me, fuck it, I'm not going on a date with you. That's weird.
Well, and that's a good way to think about it is if it's like if you can't meet me at a bar and walk into the bar, then there's clearly a problem.
Yep, that's what I do.
But even to this day, people can fake their IDs.
It's really hard nowadays at least with where we live. Because I've seen the new IDs and they're super fucking hard to fake. Because like even if you get because at the bar I go to, I frequent, they scan it, the barcode on the back. So if it's a fake, it won't come up. You know, get kicked out. Like they don't fuck around with that because you know if a minor drinks at a bar and gets drunk and then crashes, the bar's could be held liable, and they don't want to get in fucking trouble. Like they used not to card, at the bar I frequent. I'm not gonna say the name. I'm trying not to. But they had something like that happen, but it was still put on the minor because it was their fault still technically, but because they had like insanely good fakes, it was bananas. Yeah. It was even the horizontal, not the vertical type of licenses and everything.
Well, I mean,
so now they card like after 10 p.m. you get carded.
That should be how it is. So.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny is also like if you were like played any sort of video game, that's how a lot of people meet each other.
Yep. Wow.
World of Warcraft.
RuneScape. Yep.
You had mud. Yours was some mud though.
It was mud. Yeah.
Oh, I actually did play a mud. It was Dead Winter. Some like turn left, turn right. It was some zombie based game. What's really cool is you died in that game, you became a zombie.
Oh, okay.
But you only had a certain number of points per day you could use because the servers and stuff. So it was fun for what it was. Now we got fucking badass shit, so I don't even play muds anymore. But yeah, I did play a little bit of muds. I want to play Baldur's Gate on my phone. I heard it's really. I've heard it's the port is really good.
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate. I want to play the third one because that trailer looked fucking sick and terrifying.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the best. I don't know. I think it's just difficult for people who don't live in like big areas like we do. I mean, you can like drive 30 minutes to Atlanta at this point. But if you live in bumfuck Egypt, Kansas, you're going to have a lot of more issues trying to find somebody. So I guess I get the benefits of dating apps. They just kind of scary.
No, it is. It is nerve-wracking at first. Like, that's a problem with dating apps. Like, if you live in bumblefuck nowhere, sometimes you still don't get the fucking... Because if I have a certain radius and you have a certain radius, and they both differentiate and we don't intersect, I won't see you. So, like, let's say I live 50 miles from Atlanta, and I have mine filtered all the way up to Atlanta, like 50 miles my radius. But she only asks for 20. We'll never see each other.
What if that's your soulmate, but you just didn't filter it far enough?
Trust me, that's how I felt sometimes. But it happens. I mean, I don't know. The concept of a soulmate's hard because, like, I always feel like there's someone out there that you're more compatible with, and sometimes people settle. But you never know because, like I don't think I could do better than this. Fuck it, I'll just marry him. You know.
I think I never was really into the conceptualized nature of a soulmate until I met Angie.
No, y'all are the living, breathing proof of it, and it makes me have hope one day that I'll have that.
But the thing is, it's like I've always told this story that, like, for me and her, it was like the first time I saw her, the first thing I thought is, A, she's gonna be trouble. I knew it. And then B, it was like a lightning struck. Mm-hmm. It was like something. It was like, you know, in like video games, they have the little like quest crystal over their heads. That was what it was like. That I was just like, okay. So I don't know. And Angie always says it was my big purse that turned her on, but whatever.
No, I said that's the first thing I noticed about you.
Oh no, she saw your labia, and that's what turned her on. That purse is like a euphemism for labia.
I know. It was just hanging out.
I opened that door and it was like gong, like a gong. I was like, she's gonna be important to me. And I was like, she's got gorgeous hair, great tits, huge purse. Huge.
Now it's like, have you seen, like, now I carry like the smallest thing possible?
Well, no, it's like Andrew's thinking, think of all the sex toys we can put in that purse and carry them around and puff them and be naughty.
Well, she was standing there with her boyfriend.
Yeah. Right. No, that's when
and it was so odd. It was serendipity that we met.
When I saw Britton at the bar, because she was friends with a friend, I saw her and it was like fucking light bulb and shit. I was like, holy shit. And we hit it off. Like,
I think you'll.
I hope.
Yeah. I mean, there are always complications and stuff like that, but I think that you always know, like, that person when you meet them. And I think the good thing with these dating apps is it gives you a higher chance of meeting somebody. Yeah. But on the flip side, I don't know if I would personally ascribe. If I was single, I don't know if I would be on a dating app. I think Angie would be.
I mean, everyone should try it. You know,
because you, my friend, have a lot of I almost said charisma.
Why would that mean I'm on a dating app?
It's good for people.
Do you not think I could pick somebody up?
I think you could.
No, dating apps aren't for people that can't pick people at the bar. It just gives you. It's like using a dating app is like, instead of just having like a menu, you have the fucking buffet. You get way more options to do whatever you want, and you get to pick more than once. You know.
I don't think. Not what I'm saying is like you're not able to pick people up. What I'm saying is like you have much more of a
outgoing personality than Becca.
I'm trying to think of like the word. It's like you. I think you have a better sense of being able to get in a relationship. I don't think I'm social enough to ever be out. Like, you just kind of, you were there and kind of like drew me in. And that's how I picture you. You're like a magnet.
I don't like relationships, though. I like you.
Aww.
But if we ever broke up, I would just screw around the rest of my life.
That's what what a lot of dating apps are for, though, right?
Yeah, get in that Tinder. I'll help you swipe.
Oh, don't say that. I don't ever want to picture that.
No,
I don't murder you. I literally had this conversation last week with her. We were talking about something. What were we talking about? It was at dinner. Somebody cheating. And I said, what would happen if I ever walked in and saw her cheating on somebody? Cheating. I would probably like immediately kill her. That would just be the end of it.
Please don't do that.
I would go to jail.
Don't do that. It's not worth it.
See, look, what is that face? At least it's out there for now. And you're the one that has to edit. She's like, if anything ever happens to me.
Like, help me.
You said the same thing, though. You put in Morse code. She's like later in the episode, she's going to put in there like, and if I ever die, you know what actually happened.
Well, you know, she's been tapping on the table this whole time saying, help me. She's chained me up. Help me.
She was trying. The first 30 episodes of the podcast, she was blinking, but then realized nobody could see it.
Yep. Angie, I like your new ankle bracelet. Has it got tracking on it too?
Mm-hmm.
Did you put it on there, Beckles? So you can watch her every move.
I'm just saying it's very attractive.
Hey, Becky.
Hey, what's up?
Where can they find us?
Well, they can not find us, me and Angie, on any dating apps or you anymore.
No, well, maybe I'll get back. If this thing doesn't work out with Britton, I will.
No, Neg. Don't put that out there.
I know. I gotta like her a lot. She's amazing.
You gotta like be positive.
I know.
But you can find us on Facebook at The Free Rotation Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at The Free Rotation. We're also on YouTube and Twitch at The Free Rotation. And you can check out our Instagram at The Free Rotation Podcast. We're also on Weeby Geeks. Check out all the great podcasts at WeebyGeeksPC.com.
Don't we have a website?
TheFreeRotation.com.
Stitcher? Spotify?
Spotify.
We're all in those places. Hey, you can check us out
And
there.
now I get SoundCloud advertisements on my Facebook.
Thanks,
That's because
Becky.
you were looking at SoundCloud, not anything to do with The Free Rotation.
No, it's because we said it. So your phone is like, obviously.
Well, I'm on SoundCloud for the ASMR stuff, you know, the good stuff. Like when like you're eating octopus and rubbing your beard against the mic at the same time.
What the fuck are you watching?
I'm listening because it's ASMR. And it's very exuberating.
Are you what? It's like an H.P. Lovecraft age, just ASMR or some shit? All right. Hey, I feel educated about now. Goodbye.
Bye.